Hey, it's Josh. This is a video response for Fallen Angel and her inquiry about septum stretching. So I have mine done to a 2 gauge, and I guess I started from a basic. I didn't have any scalpeling, any things like that, no dermal punching. Started at a basic 16. Within a month, it had healed, and I'd stretched to a 14. I did a dead stretch. And from there on out, I used pinchers. Like, I know people say don't use pinchers for your septum because the stretch is too quick, I guess, when you use a pincher, whereas it's more gradual with a taper. But I didn't really feel like buying a taper and a plug and or whatever I wanted to put in there for every stretch, so I just used a pincher. And so, I mean, there's the stretching tool and the jewelry all in one. Um, so as you get bigger, like 12 didn't really hurt, 14 or 12, 10. I actually skipped 10. Like I know people are like, "Oh, you shouldn't skip," but it's not because like I was arrogant and thought I could skip. It's just when I went to slip it in, it did just that. It slipped right through my freaking septum and didn't stay in. So I skipped it and went to an 8, and none of them really hurt up until around 4 gauge. When I went to 4, that's when it really hurt. Like it didn't want to go in, and I had to really apply a lot of pressure to it. But 4, the stretch to 4 was the only one I had a lot of trouble with. And like I said, I didn't skip any sizes except for 10. And you said you're only going to 6, but I mean, even at 6, like I made the error of buying stainless steel jewelry for my nose, and it's really heavy, and you can only wear it like a few hours a day. So what I would do is like they sell acrylic pinchers, which are a little bit obnoxious, so you may not want to get that. Or if you want to go for, say, the horseshoe look, um, what you can do is you can order. I actually ordered one, but they gave me the wrong size. You can order acrylic, like this is black and it's really lightweight. Um, Horseshoes. I don't know if they make captive bead rings that are acrylic. I've so far I've only found the horseshoe. Um, So yeah, I mean, basically, like even at 8 and 6, the weight and the tug of steel or anything or titanium like that really does like may not instantly affect your septum, but later it'll start to like be very irritated and painful, and it's not pleasant. So yeah, I mean, like I wouldn't really worry about the pain factor. I mean, it does hurt, but I mean, as long as you're okay with the pain, it's worth it to me. But I wouldn't worry about it too much. As long as you use like vitamin E is what I use. I didn't actually lube up my septum stretching until I got to 6. So I mean, I was fine without any lubrication, but then I figured it was kind of stupid not to lube it. I was just being ridiculous. So then I obviously started lubing it up with vitamin E, which provides nutrition to my skin around my septum so it can heal faster. And I'm at 2. And like I said, like people complain about denting or deformity, and really it's made a slight little like drop stoop in my septum area, but you can't even tell. Like it's not noticeable. There's no bulging. I'm only at a 2, but some people say you can see it at 6. So I mean, maybe they're just ridiculous. But yeah, some people even said there's bled, and I mean like I've never had mine bleed. Didn't bleed when I pierced it, didn't bleed when I stretched it. So I mean, maybe they're just not doing it right, or maybe it's just a possibility that it could bleed, but I don't know. Um, and you also said that yours like had a very traumatic piercing experience with yours. It hit the cartilage. I don't know if it's like really in your best interest to stretch any higher than your 12 because I mean that not only will it hurt because you'll be doing a lot more denting to your cartilage than really is normal, because usually you don't dent the cartilage until you get to at least a 0 or a 2, whereas you're going to be denting it the minute you hit maybe an 8. So I mean, or maybe even now because you like you said the needle already scraped it and did a bit of damage. So maybe your next stretch may even hit the cartilage. And I mean, when I push mine up, it hits the cartilage and I can feel it scrape against it. It doesn't really hurt, but it grosses the shit out of me. So I mean, maybe that might make you a bit queasy too. Who knows? But yeah, like I said, if that doesn't work out, if stretching it doesn't work out, an alternative could be just get a bigger ring. Just a bigger diameter, and you'd be better off. So that's it. That was my stretching experience. I went from 16 to 2 from August is when I got it pierced, and I finished my stretching, I believe, in March. Either, yeah, March or early April. So it didn't take me long, and it's fine and it's healthy. And other than this obnoxiously heavy piece of jewelry, it's giving me no trouble at all. Um, but another reason you may not want to wear any jewelry that requires O-rings is because they do rub the inside of your nose and make it really irritated. And that's no fun because it may make your piercing raw, which hurts really bad. So you may want to avoid the O-rings and stick with just jewelry with balls that screw on. And that's it. So good luck, and I hope everything works out.